So yoga is not about contorting your body into places, into, I guess, poses that you're not supposed to go into. It's about respecting your body. So today I want to really focus on really strengthening the right muscles, because at the end of the day, as lupus patients, we need strong muscles, and all the meds and all the inflammation that we struggle with ultimately causes catabolism, meaning it breaks down our muscles. And that's why we become so weak and so fatigued. And it does have an impact on our energy levels and metabolism and our ability to detoxify. So this movement, this idea of movement, really helps us to fight back so that we can physically and mindfully be so strong that we can withstand the struggles that lupus throws at us. So with that in mind, I want you to come to the middle of the mat, step the right foot out, left foot out, probably about 3 feet wide. And I want you to turn your toes out, right? Standing nice and tall. We're going to inhale our arms up overhead. And as we exhale, we're going to bend our knees nice and slow. Okay. And when we bend, I want you to take a look at your alignment. Your knee should be right over your ankles, both sides. Okay. Knee ideally should line up with the second toe. Okay. Everything has its place. And when we're properly aligned, we optimize our ability to move and improve mobility, strength, and flexibility. So we're going to be here. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up, really use your muscles, and exhale down. Use your core. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale. Inhale up and exhale. I want you to stay here, down here, and look down at your knees and your feet. Make sure you can look at where your knees are lined up, and make sure your spine is perpendicular to the pelvic bowl. For many of you, this might be really hard, so you don't have to go down too deep. Only go as far as you can without so much pain. This requires a lot of strength and flexibility and stability around the shoulder. Around the hip joints, as well as your core. We're going to pulsate down and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And you must have felt that burn. And I want you to turn your left toes in, right toe out, so that the right foot is parallel to the side edge of your mat. Okay, so toes, the back toe is 45-degree angle. We're going to go into what's called Warrior One, trying to square off our hips toward this side of the room. Raise your arms up. We're going to bend into this right knee and then straighten. Bend and straighten. Notice how I'm keeping my navel to the spine, really being mindful of keeping my pelvis square. I'm not throwing off my pelvis into extension, but I'm being responsible, engaging all the muscles so that I respect my body, respect my structures, and never force my joints into going places where it's supposed to not go. And 3, and inhale. 4, less is more. Moving slow is key. And 1. And let's open up our arms. And again, making sure that your spine lines up above the pelvis. Left toes turned in slightly. Right foot parallel to the side edge of the mat. You're not leaning. You're straight and square over your pelvis. Left hip is pulling back. Right hip is pulling forward. Right knee is pushing back. So there's a lot going on. There's a tug of war in our hips. And that's why yoga is so good, because we're self-mobilizing and strengthening. We're going to squat down into Warrior Two and back. Notice how my spine always stays perpendicular to my pelvic bowl. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Stay there, gaze forward, strong arms, and back. Let's turn our right toe in, left foot out, and keeping our pelvis square towards the front. Right hip back, left hip forward. There's always this push and pull, right? We're going to square our hips towards this side of the room now, right? And then I'm going to raise my hands up and bend. I'm not going forward. I'm staying perpendicular, really keeping control of my core, knowing where my joints are in space, and bending in and back. 2 and up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I'm going to open up again. I'm not going forward. I'm staying square over my pelvis and bend into my left knee. Everything is aligned. Right hip goes back, left hip goes forward, left knee goes back. So there's a lot of tug of war. And to squat into it. 1, 2, staying strong. And 3, really feel your body move. 4, you can move mindlessly, not gain a single thing. But you can be mindful with your exercises to really strengthen where it counts. 6 and 7 and 8. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to turn my left toes in. I'm going to bend my knees and walk my hands all the way down. Lower my upper body all the way down. And allow my hips to stay bent and knees to stay bent to feel this stretch into my hips where I just worked. And I'm going to place my hands under me and then slowly start to lift my hip bones up and back. Lift my hip bones up and back. Lift my hip bones up and back. And I'm going to walk my hands up my thigh and come all the way up. Again, respecting your joints in space is key when you're practicing correct form of yoga. It's not about contorting your body into wrong poses. It's about being mindful of how your body's supposed to move. I hope this helped. I'll see you guys next week.